We're back with another Drakengard 1 ending video.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah!
Oh, are you excited?
I'm excited. So remember when dragons fucked up everything?
Yeah,
Well, it's a good thing that happened because now we can use Chaos Angelus and free expeditions.
that is a good thing.
Yep. So hey, the expedition for this destroyed city fucking sucks because it's like kill 300 of these red enemies. And it's garbage. I hate it. With a passion.
You cannot
But
mount the
it's
dragon here.
yeah, it's an excuse to show this off. So yeah, you got your red dragon. That's how it looks in the mixed expedition, or like, you know.
The tail's cool.
Yeah.
Again, in that edgy, I'm 12 years old kind of way.
Yeah. So you need to get to this side of the map. And now I think you need to just kill a bunch of these skeletons? I'm not entirely sure what I did, and the Game FAQs guide is kind of vague. So I just killed a bunch of these guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you're asking a question, but you've already done it.
Yeah, and then I walked over, because it says get to the end of the map, but I recorded this another time, and I didn't kill those skeletons and touched the very tip of the map there, and the treasure box didn't spawn. So I think you need to touch that point of the map after you kill a bunch of those skeletons. Also, the magic attack has lightning effects now, which is fucking rad as shit.
Awesome.
It's really cool. But unfortunately, because the red enemies, that did no damage.
At least we got to see it.
Yep, so, but yeah, hey, the treasure box is in the middle of the map after you get it to spawn by going to the end of the map there. Anyways, yeah, so that was that free expedition.
Nice.
Let me see the final time on this because it was too long. Yep, yeah, that's too much.
It would have been like a whole episode.
Oh god, yeah, it's not worth viewing. It's a bunch of red enemies, and then there's a few ghosts in the alleyways, or wraiths rather.
Ghosts in the alleyways sounds cooler.
Ghosts
though.
in the alleyways is my favorite D&D expansion.
Oh no. Sorrowborn.
And the cold kill.
Cold kill. Oh man, this episode's full of things that I would have thought were cool when I was 12.
I know, right?
Call me cold kill.
So, this wouldn't be complete without showing off Chaos Angelus in the sky. So.
Okay.
So, you might be asking, hey, why aren't you going to do the desert free expedition? And that's because some free expeditions for the dragon, you're not allowed to use magic to get the weapons. But this one you can, so I wanted to get the weapon and also show off Chaos Dragon Angelus. Because guess what?
What?
She's fucking good.
I'd imagine.
So yeah, this is just kill a bunch of airships. So we're gonna just gonna lock on
Oh, nice.
and notice the hard turns like the balls on the floor had.
Yeah. Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah. Look at that life bar.
Oh, I like it.
Blue magic attack. Also the strongest magic attack in the game. Lasts the longest, goes the farthest, does the most damage. It's good.
That whole ending is just an excuse to unlock this.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool. It's my favorite dragon. It's a good dragon.
It's a pretty good dragon.
Because it's like, you get the level 3 Angelus, and it's like, this is rad as shit. How can they top this? And then this. It's really cool. I kind of miss the magma cracked tail a little bit. You could have kept that, but hey.
Nah, this tail's so weird. I like it.
Yeah. It's like a mood ring.
Fuck you.
I don't know. When I see that orange gradient, that's the first thing I think of.
I don't know why I got so upset about it. How dare you?
I know. The camera pan was weird, but it's fine.
It almost makes me feel like there should have been a level where you just were able to play as this before the boss fight or something.
Yeah. And then have, you know, actually, because that's the thing, we had it within New Art. If they could have just added one mission that was fine in chaos form and just an excuse to have a power trip, and then have Angelus talking with Vertile and Kaim about the true nature of dragons.
Yeah, that would have fixed a lot of problems, huh?
That would have made that ending perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because you could still have the shock thing of, like, did Mana just fucking die, sort of thing? But then, like, you wouldn't just immediately be in that room right away then. And suddenly Angelus hates you for no discernible real reason.
Yeah. True love.
Yep. It's worth pointing out, too, that Kaim and Angelus were originally supposed to... I think I've said this before. Angelus was supposed to be kind of, like, parasitic. And Kaim was kind of gonna be, like, suffering because of the pact. But they were still forced to work together. And then they were like, nah, maybe it's more interesting if, like, they have kind of a relationship type thing going on where, like, they become friends if not lovers.
Yeah. I do think it's more interesting this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I can see that
I
maybe,
agree.
like, the parasite thing would have played more into that. Injustice!
Yep. Yeah, I laughed because I forgot this weapon was named that.
Voice of Gungear.
Ah, yes, my favorite DC villain. Wait, hold on. I need to check something. DC Wiki. Gungnir. Fuck you. Marvel Database, Gungnir, Spear. Nope. Not in DC, though. So close. So fucking close. I'm angry.
I'm sorry.
We're gonna go back to the story now. Let's progress. Let's get to the good stuff.
Okay.
All these papers. So yeah, this is actually a thing. Let's check the ending or the chapter descriptions for the for some of what we've seen. So yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Huh.
Yeah.
Huh.
Let's see what that's all about.
Oh boy.
So I want to just point out real quick. For this mission, we have a level 2 dragon that we cannot change from. It's a good thing we got into a fight in the sky, and then we went back down, and now he's walking over and putting her in the thing.
Yeah. A fight that took a long time.
Mm-hmm. It went over the weed number in minutes and seconds. Now Silent Hill 2 is happening. Hey, she's back.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Everything's all good.
You have returned to me.
Oh. Oh, that's rough. Welcome back, sis.
That was cool.
The fucking eyes kill me every time.
Yeah.
So, this is the hardest fight in the game.
Okay.
People in the comments can fucking chew me out, say I'm wrong, whatever. Fuck this fight. You have to be on point with your dodges. I'm convinced that you can get into positions where you just can't dodge. So when this happens, you need to hit circle to unlock, and you need to get as many homing attacks off as possible on these swords.
Okay.
Or you'll just eat damage.
Oh, jeez. This is the coolest fucking thing.
It's rough.
This is so cool, though.
The first playthrough, and yeah, that's how fast I went down.
Oof.
That was my first attempt of this playthrough. First playthrough, I spent, and I shit you not, so to be fair, I had like 20 less attack power and way less max HP overall. I spent a whole fucking night doing this boss fight alone.
Yeah.
And it took me about 2 hours to do this one. And I was way more equipped. To be fair, I wasn't playing the greatest, but, like, this shit is rough to dodge. Changes in elevations are your friend for that attack, where she kinda... This one right here. If you can get above or below, you can dodge that pretty reliably, but doing that is harder than it seems. So yeah, unlock, get as many homing attacks off as possible. You want to save your magic attack for when she pulls out these swords, because if you don't blow up all the swords, any swords you don't blow up are guaranteed damage.
Yeah, and that was some heavy damage.
Yeah. So I'm not sure, I believe it was an earlier one, but Angelus pointed out that the Seeds of Resurrection are actually called the Seeds of Destruction.
Mm.
I think that was in the last episode. We might have been talking about something else. But yeah, the Seeds of Resurrection thing's just bullshit.
Nice. This design is fucking awesome.
It is. It's very good.
I love the, like, thing that should be holy but clearly corrupted vibe that you get with stuff like this. Like, I always like that in games. Like, it's creepy in a very unique way, you know?
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Homing attack pretty much deals with that, which is nice. Still had one left over, but it's fine. Not too hard to deal with. See, that was a change in elevation that I was talking about. But yeah, this is what Angelus was referring to when she was talking about how humans are twisting the myths to their own purposes.
Yeah.
This is just bullshit.
Throwing out some patterns that, you know, like some change-ups.
Yeah. And you can lock on, it doesn't do that much damage, but if you have an opportune time to, you can do that. I've had many a fight where I've gotten to this point and I just started playing bad last minute, got too greedy or something else happened, and just fucking half my life bar gone in like 20 seconds.
That sucks.
It's really rough. It makes... I hate this. I actually hate this.
Well, I don't have to play it, so I love it. It looks awesome, and it looks like a cool fight.
I love the design, and it's obvious that they actually wanted to make this a fight, and they did. It's really fun.
I feel like the problem could be solved by just nerfing her damage a little bit.
Yeah, if the damage output wasn't so absurd, it would be a lot better. Or even if they gave you a level 3 dragon, because part of the problem too is that your lock-on attack isn't as good as the level 2 one. And look, in the white flash, I took some damage. Whew!
That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fight. That was indeed a fight.
I'm noticing a trend.
Yeah.
The seeds never were, and mankind remains unforgiven.
Alright, that's my favorite one so far, I think.
That one's really good.
That was fucking awesome.
And this ending plays the theme of the game, growing wings.
Okay.
Which has a whole new meaning when you see this ending.
Yeah, the lyrics too.
This is a really good song, and in Drakengard 2 they have an even better version of it. It's good.
Yeah, the vocals don't really seem to match the music, but it's fine.
Yeah, the Drakengard 2 one's more like slow and more of an actual song than the cacophony.
I'll have to give that a listen.
I'll send it to you later.
Okay.
There's also, I think there's a Drakengard 3 DLC that has a remix of this song in there.
Maybe I'll get around to that at some point.
But yeah, within the theme of fight really hard final boss, there's a million right outside the door.
That's my favorite version.
Yeah, I like this one a lot more because this is just from a gameplay standpoint. That fight took me for fucking ever, and then to get done with all that shit, and it's like, oh, well,
So
there's more.
So those all came
no,
from the
fuck
other seeds,
this.
presumably, right?
Yup.
Okay. Yeah, that's great.
Whew. And they never, I mean, we don't know what Mana is up to, but I consider that was probably Mana's endgame.
I mean, yeah.
Because the whole point is getting the seeds to show up, and I have to believe that her fucking with Inuart and Furiai and all that, well, other than the fact Furiai is the goddess and the last seal that they need to break, probably is to get someone like him to use the seeds and to cause that to happen.
Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me.
And
at
I
least.
think then C is a twist on this one, which is unfortunate we got this one after, where she tries to do that again, but then no one uses the seeds. Then she tries to use the dragons. Then the dragons are like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I see how that's supposed to flow now.
So that wraps up the first 3 endings. Which, there's kind of a divide now between this one and the other 2. The other two take place within a continuity where we have all the party members. If you have noticed, none of the story scenes make reference to Leonard or Ariosh.
Yeah.
We haven't spoken with them since we've gotten them. So in this timeline, it's only Kaim, Vertile, Furiai, Inuart, Angelus. No one else is really involved.
Yeah. We talked about that a little bit when you got them.
Yeah. So the other two are what happened when those guys get involved in the mix.
Right. And there's some stuff to get to before you can get those endings, or?
We need to get the third pact partner yet.
Okay.
Which you cannot do until you beat Ending A.
All right. Well, I mean, it's a shame you got them out of order, but I think in terms of closing up the first 3 endings, that it makes a pretty decent finale.
Yep. Yeah, it's one of my favorites. Partially because that screaming sound effect is horrifying.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, that was that. But I also love the idea, too, if you get ending B, and it's like, oh, that's a bad ending where everyone dies, and then you get ending C, and it's like, oh.
Yep.
Well, then. I always forget that I need to actually hit X to get past the Square Enix logo, by the way.
Ah, that explains things.
Yeah, because I remember looking at it like, when's it gonna go? And I'm like, oh, I need to hit something.
Reset your N64.
Yep. Oh man, I wish this game was for Nintendo 64. I want to play this game with that controller so bad, Zach.
Yeah. That'd be good.
Oh fuck, I need to get a Nintendo 64 USB controller to test this on like an emulator or something now. Because I'm sure that is just fucking video game heaven.
A woman turned into a stake will hold the world in a basin of fire.
Okay.
That's that.